Hi there, I'm Kim Weeks with Weeks Well, and this is a Weeks Well event in which we are bringing to you for the fourth time this year a conversation on yoga and equity. As I wrote briefly about in the sort of note to advertise this event yesterday, Ryan McGraw, who's with us today, has taught us a lot about the ways in which we need to go deeper into the quest and the query and the discipline of yoga as it relates to accessibility issues that we are talking about a lot in society right now, and what the intersection between what we're doing in yoga, which includes not just on the yoga mat, but out in the world, and what we're doing to make the world more accessible to people actually to live in. And so our series, Fostering Transformation, we have set out in 2022 to bring you monthly a conversation on an intersectional issue with regard to yoga, equity, and justice. And so, hi, Ryan. I'm so happy to see you. And so Ryan, if I may quickly say our history together, Ryan found my classes on YouTube, and we have been close ever since. I became a teacher of his, and he has been coming to, co-create a yoga experience with me between, teacher and student. He's now on Weeks Well's advisory board and has been integral in helping us think through how we bring a series overall like yoga and equity to you. But specifically in this quarter, because we're tackling a different topic per quarter. This quarter is on accessibility issues in yoga. And so Ryan has introduced us to Matthew Sanford, who will be presenting next month as sort of, I almost want to say like a coda to what Ryan is presenting here today. Ryan is going to be talking to us in PowerPoint presentation today about how we can think about the social justice issue of accessibility as it is applied to yoga and the yoga classroom. Is that a fair enough description, Ryan, of what we're doing here today? Oh,
yes,
okay,
and I will definitely get much more into that. So if you don't understand exactly, I will explain it in detail.
That's awesome. And so I want to introduce Ryan formally because there's something he wants to append to what I say about how I introduce him, because I just wanted to kind of let you all know about our background together and how much from my heart this presentation comes from our hearts. And again, in the co-creating space, Ryan, is doing so much work in the accessibility arena. He was featured in a US News and World report on these very issues and on, what is adaptive yoga. And so where is it, Ryan? Did you get your master's or undergrad in tell us, because I'm not able to scroll. There we go.
So I got my
undergraduate. Oh, yoga teacher. I want to hear about the Prairie Yoga too. There's so much to talk about, Ryan, your story and where you're coming from. So tell us a little bit, because I have some questions already about that.
So I got my master's degree in disability and human development at the University of Illinois at Chicago. And for my master's thesis, it was a project. I did a manual on adaptive yoga for people with disabilities.
Can I ask you a question about that manual? Because yoga is this sort of self-regulating industry and community, and I wonder how we could get a manual like that out there that would be part of a required RYT 200 program, at least just to read and be tested on. Like, how have you been able to share it with people, or how do you use it basically?
Well, it is on my website. As you see in the site, accesstoyoga.com.
Yeah.
I'm sorry the website isn't updated. But the yoga manual is on the homepage, I believe.
Mhm.
And yes, for RIT, and I know Yoga Alliance has done work on this. A few years ago, I was part of a committee on teacher training standards, and they wanted to add more of a module on teaching to people with disabilities, not teaching to people with disabilities, but adaptations, because everyone needs adaptation. It depends on the day you come to class and how you feel at the class.
Totally.
And it totally depends on and we need to teach students that that's okay. The most advanced form of a pose is knowing what's right for your body.
Yeah. And what's,
Even though I know some yoga teachers will cringe at me saying that.
oh, I hope not. I mean, I'd love to talk to them. Like, yeah, I hope that, I mean, because the thing is, the pose, as I say, is the pose, and the pose happening inside of you is most discernible to you. So what you're experiencing of the pose inside of you is the most important thing. How it manifests on the outside is like, whatever, another thing, another aspect of it, wouldn't you say? Oh, you're muted.
I agree. And it's just how your body expresses it. It's
Totally.
no right or wrong way.
Right.
And that's basically the yoga principles, a calm, steady pose.